Good morning. Well, it was a cold night. Brr, as you saw with all the snow. But there was like 5 other people in the shelter. So that helps a little bit with the warmth. But it's funny. I mean, it's like my sleeping bag does so good. Or my quilt. I guess it's really a quilt, not really a sleeping bag. And it keeps me warm. I was never like what I would define as cold. But I would get these bouts of like shivering. And then I would warm back up. And then wake up and shiver a little. And then warm back up. But that couple that I saw at the tower was actually the one staying. They were staying at the shelter with there's another group of 3 boys that were overnighting. But the couple had their tent set up in the shelter. So normally I'm like, you don't put your tent in shelter. But they did a really good job of, they had it like set up in a way that was basically right up against the wall. And it went with the length of the shelter so that they basically weren't taking up any more room than if they had just put their bags down. In fact, probably less room than if they had just put their sleeping bags out. And they seem like nice people. But yeah, so yesterday was just like basically walking through or trying to avoid as much as I could, just puddles of water all over the trail, and my socks just ended up getting completely soaked, and so they were frozen this morning. I knew they were going to be, and I wasn't planning to wear them anyway, but it's just like, hopefully when I get down into Virginia, it'll get a little bit warmer for a little while. Sometimes in the South, we get these bouts of warm weather to where like sometimes even in December it's warm. I'm kind of hoping for that. But I know what I've gotten myself into here with, take a little longer to finish this hike. So I'll take cold over rain any day of the week. That's for sure. Hate being wet. But it is so cold that I have basically most all my layers on. I have my sleeping pants on, which I didn't want to do, but it was just too cold to not. And like it's cold enough that if I just put rain pants in it, it wouldn't have been enough. Plus the rain pants are wet from yesterday, so I'll try to let those dry out a little today, and then I might. It's supposed to warm up to almost 60. So hopefully maybe I can take off my sleeping pants. But right now, so far, the trail's been all right. It looks like the water's absorbed into the ground. So I haven't had to walk into any puddles at this point. So that would be nice because I really want to be able to enjoy the trail. I mean, for the most part, most of the time, Vermont's got some pretty nice trails through here. But when it's just water on the ground, you're just looking at your feet all the time. So hopefully today will be better. But the awesome part is, I'll still be in Vermont when I get to camp tonight. But tomorrow, pretty early on, I'll be leaving Vermont and I'll be in Massachusetts. Yep. It's getting close, guys. It's getting close. Sort of. Virginia is a really long state. But hey, at least once I get there, I've got 1 stay left. That's it. That's it. All right. Well, today is going to be about a 14.5 mile day. There's a shelter, and that's where I think my goal is to get to, that shelter. I'm not going to stay in the shelter. My arm is tired. This is a long minutes I've been talking. God, I can ramble. Anyway, point is, gonna stay near the shelter. I think I'm just gonna tent tonight. I read there's a ton of mice in the shelter. And me and mice, they're cute, but I don't like to hear them. They don't sound cute. So, I don't want them crawling on me. All right, anyway, time to hike. Glastonbury Wilderness. About time to go in. Oh yeah. This here is Little Pond Lookout. You can kind of see the pond just a little bit through there. Maybe years ago the trees were shorter. You could see there. And this is Porcupine Lookout. I don't see any porcupines. This is Hell Hollow Brook. Don't know why in the world it was named that, but so I ended up just fording it. I just seemed easier. Those rocks are just really covered. And my luck, I would have slipped, fell. Plus, my shoes probably would have gone wet. My socks, I mean, and I didn't want my socks wet. Man, it was cold water. So, I'm not just going to take my lunch here. It's like a pretty nice area, it's sunny. So, yeah. The nice thing about power lines is you get some awesome views. That's Bennington. Well, look what I found. A split rock. All right, let's go through this thing. There you go. Hiking down to Route 9. You hear the traffic. I'll tell you, when you hear town, it's so tempting, but I was going to skip Bennington and go into Williamstown tomorrow. And I'll be in Massachusetts, so it's tempting, but I'm just going to skip it. So I'll have, once I get to the road, I'll have like 4 miles to get to the shelter. I can see the cars. There's water down there too. Oh, look at the pretty bridge. That's nice. climbing up mountain to what is known as Harman Hill. I got 4 miles to the campsite. It was some steep, rocky steps to the top. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but you know, for today's hike at least. But this is nice. So I guess this is Harman Hill. I guess. No, this is Harman Hill. Alright. Hiking on. Oh, I guess you can get a little bit better view of the city from here. It's hard to see over the vegetation, but look, that leaf has a pattern on it. It's got a pattern. Well, I made it down to where the shelter is. Definitely nobody here. Alright, well, I'll try to find somewhere I can set my tent up. I think the water is down here. Alright, I've got my tent set up. So I just go get some water and then cook my dinner before it gets dark, hopefully. So the plan is I'm going to try to get to sleep early tonight. So I'm just going to eat and then kind of go ahead and get in my bed, go sleep. I want to try to wake up at 4 and get going by like 5-ish. So I can, because I'm going into town tomorrow and I want to try to get there as early as I can. Because I still got like 14 miles to do tomorrow. So that is the plan. We'll see how that goes. But tonight is my last night in Vermont, and I'll be in Massachusetts tomorrow. So anyway, say goodnight. See you tomorrow.